Hello, it's Crafty Carol here again with another little video for you for my week 4 of the Christmas countdown. It's scary how quickly time is passing, but this time I want to use this lovely set. It's called Snowy Wonder, and it's got loads and loads and loads of different stamps that you can put together in all so many ways. Few little sentiments, perhaps not enough, that's my only feeling about it, but really it's got everything. It's got snow, it's got holly, it's got trees, it's got a house, it's got a penguin, gorgeous, it's got this snowman with a hat. There's so many bits in it. So it comes with dies, and the dies are even better because they include the globes. Now these dies also fit the paper, and there's a whole set of paper. I haven't got it all here, but it's just bits of it. So this one's got lovely snowman on, and the snowman cuts out the plain ones. So if you want a scarf on your snowman, you need to cut it out from the paper, because the one thing that I think is missing from this, there's no scarf or hat. So if you want hats on penguins, or you want a scarf on your snowman, you need to cut it out of the paper. And this does cut these plain ones. But if you want to cut out the one with earmuffs, the one with a hat, the one with the top hat, you do have to fussy cut. It's my only thing. Same with the penguins. The die cuts out the penguin, the plain penguin, but the penguins that have got things on their heads that stick up cuts out the one with the scarf, obviously, but the ones with the hats, you do have to fussy cut. As you can see, I've been doing some of that. But the globe dies fit these ones, the stand and the top there, not the tall ones. Oh, it does fit the tall one, sorry. The tall one is this one. Yeah, so it fits the tall ones and these. So all of these can be cut out to make cards, which is brilliant. It is double-sided paper, by the way. I'll show you the backs in a minute. You've got the small ones as well. These would have to be fussy cut, but you could use them as a background or whatever. And then there's some houses and some holly to match the stamps. So the reverse, some lovely patterns. We've got stripes, we've got candy canes, we've got snowflakes, we've got more snowflakes in a sort of, well, the sort of snowflakes and flowers. The snowflakes behind little, I don't know really, I think they could be used for both, but they're mainly snowflakes. Sort of Christmas trees and a nice sort of checkered pattern. So the only thing that gets me about this sends my eyes funny because they're not straight lines. So I'll just turn it over again quickly before my eyes do go funny. So I've done a little mixture. I'm going to do a little mixture of stamps and fussy cutting for this card today. So I am using, let me get some stuff together. So I'm making a landscape card. So I have cut my thick Whisper White in half, so that I've cut it at 10.5 along there, and it's 29.6, the whole length of A4, scored at 14.8. If you're working in A4, in the letter size for US, then it's 11 inches by 4.25, scored at 5.5. Then I have my layers. I've got Balmy Blue, I've chosen as my main layer on the card, and this is 10 centimetres by 14.3, or it would be 4 inches by 5.25. And then my basic white layer for on top of that is 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 centimetres, or 3.75 inches by 5 inches. I've also got a scrap for my sentiment, and I have already fussy cut out the snowman with the hat, because I love the little tiny bit of holly on the hat, and of course there's no stamp for that. I could have a plain hat, could jazz it up, I suppose, with some gems and things, but I decided to fussy cut this snowman instead. But I am also going to have a penguin on the front and some trees. So I've got my Balmy Blue pad, because the other thing I'm going to put in the background is lots of snow, and that is why I had that little thing out. Let me just get my snow bits. So I'm using the small snowflake, this one snowflake, and these sort of dotty ones, which is like bits of snow in between. So I'm going to use both of these one at a time. So first of all, I'm going to do my background, and I'm going to leave the bottom of the card not stamped, because you'll see what I'm going to do with that in a minute. So I'm just going to put some snow along the top here. So I'm going to have random large snowflakes. Not too many of them, because we don't want to take away too much from the card, and just stamped very randomly where they are. And then I'm going to stamp, just clean that and then swap to my other stamp. Just make sure I don't forget they're on the front of the front of the stamp case. I should really put them straight back, but anyway. So we're just going to have little doubles of snow all over the place, just sort of running around and between the snowflakes. I'm doing this very quickly. Obviously you could take far more time and make them a lot better than I'm making them, but just to give you the idea of the background for here. I'm going to have my snowman about here, so I don't really need to fill this bit in too much. So just have a few more at the top here, just to take them off the card. Yeah, it looks about right. So that's just a very quick background. There is a snowy background stamp. And if you want that, it would make it a lot quicker because you could use that straight away. Anyway, I have just used that. So I'm going to have a penguin, and I need a little bit of, where is my, scrap for my penguin I forgot to get. Oh, there we go. So I need my penguin, and I'm going to stamp him in Memento. This is a Memento pad. I actually used a white pad and put Memento ink on it. And this is for doing solid stamps. I use this particular one because it gives a really good outline. As you can see, really nice black outline. Whereas my normal Memento pad is a little lacking in ink. Even though I have re-inked it, it doesn't seem as good. So I'm using my very juicy one, which I can't use for words because it's too juicy. But hey. Right, so that's that. So I need to just colour him in. I'm going to use the dark pumpkin pie for his nose and the lighter one for his feet. Could use yellow, but I haven't got it out, so I'll just use this instead. You can have orange feet today. There we go. And then, oh, I see, I should have put these stamps away because they're now in the way. I better just put these away. So that's my penguin and my snow. Oops. My snow and my snowflake down there. There we go. Because I do need to get out my die cut. And by the magic of video, I shall go and cut this out very quickly. You don't need to see that bit. So magic is my penguin and my snowman. So I'm going to put some trees on the back. Actually, while I've got my balmy blue ink pad out, I'm going to do my season's greetings. So this is the main sentiment from here. I do think they're missing an inside sentiment, but hey. There's that. So the final thing I need to stamp, which I'm going to stamp direct onto here, are my trees. So they're going to go here. And you'll notice I left a clever little space because I knew I was going to put some trees there. I'm just using Lost Lagoon. I think I just want these in the background really. Let me just make sure it's properly inked up. That's better. So we'll have our trees just here. Didn't ink terribly well, but I can always fill it in with the Stampin' Right marker later if I need it. But it may well do because there's going to be some snow around them anyway. So now I'm going to put these on and they're going to look as though they're floating for a minute. Don't worry, all will become clear. So first of all, I'm going to put some dimensionals on. Just a couple for my penguin and perhaps 3 for my snowman. Yeah, I'll have him here. I'll have a little bit of a gap. No, I'll have him here, I think. Have I got room for my snowman? Yes, just about. Perhaps move this one over a little bit. There, and then we'll have my snowman next to him. There we go. Now you may wonder why I just get rid of some of this stuff so I've got a bit more room. because I need my trimmer now just to trim the greetings down. So I'm just trimming it at the side here. So I've got that. And then, oh, get my scrap of balmy blue. Here we go. So I can just stick this on here and trim it down. I do like a layer around my sentiment. I just think it looks better. That's just me. So I can stick that on there and then trim it with my trimmer. And I find if I want just a little narrow gap here, if I use my trimmer, I've got my guide and then got the edge of the guide, and actually putting the cardstock that I'm cutting by the edge of the guide just gives me exactly the right size of edge, if you like, for my panel. So I don't need to worry about, that'll do for another one. Don't need to worry about measuring it. I can just cut it like that and it cuts out correctly. So I'm going to stick my card together now. You will see I need to do the inside as well before I finish the front, because you will see why in a minute. So I'm just going to stick my layer on. It's gone really dark this afternoon. I hope it isn't too dark on the video. I don't know. Right. I'm a bit later than normal doing this. It could be just because it's getting dark, because it's getting towards autumn and winter. Oh. Who likes penguins? I just like penguins. My daughter doesn't. My daughter hates penguins. I like them. So I'm going to pop my greeting on with some dimensionals. Going to go just up here, about there. Yes, I am covering up some of my snowflakes. That doesn't matter. I can still see the bottom. Oops, make sure it's straight. That was bad. Just ease that off again so it can move up a little bit. That's better. Right, so I'm going to finish off the inside of the card next, because I really, where's my penguin gone? I'll put him away, for heaven's sake. Right, what else should I have in the... I might have my snowman, actually. Let me have a snowman in the inside of the card. Will he fit on that one? Just about. No, I need a slightly bigger pad. There we go. So I'm going to use my balmy blue again. And while I've got that stamp out, I'm also going to put him on the front of the envelope. I may well add a hat again later, but that will do for now. So that just gives him some continuity in my envelope. I'll put his hat on later. No, I'll put his hat on now so that it's done. So this time I'm not cutting it out, I am just stamping it. You can have a black hat. At a slightly rakish angle, why not? Same on the envelope. So I'll colour in his nose as well. He does need an orange nose from his carrot. And I am doing all of this before I finish the front, and I'll explain why in just a second. That's the wrong end, but it'll do. I suppose I should do the buttons. No, finish that later. Right. So that is that. Let me just get this ready and get my ink pads out of the way, and I will show you how I'm finishing it off. Because I think, although that looks good, and I quite like that sort of layout. Okay. So although it looks pretty good like that, I want something more. So I am using the pearlised enamel effects, and this is the white, the basic white, and I'm going to use that to provide a little bit of snow all along here. And this is why I've left this till last, because once I put this on, it needs to dry. So just a few little lines like that. But this stuff takes a while to dry. I would leave it overnight, but it just gives you a little bit more texture on the card. Although I got these up on dimensionals, I just wanted a little bit more on the card, so I've used that. I could put some around the tree as well, actually, but I think I'll probably leave that. But this is just my really simple, very quick card by using the paper, mix of the paper and the stamps. I did make another one. This is a design by Julie Sutcliffe. And I put this one together. I did the same background, this time in Pool Party. I used a little bit of the paper along the bottom, stamped my greeting and again layered it and put it up on dimensionals. And then I cut out 3 of the penguins from the paper and used those just to stack at the side. So that is my card. I haven't stamped a greeting in there. I will do later just to finish it off, but I need to leave this to dry now. So I hope you like that really quick and easy card. Just with a little extra sparkle from the pearlised enamel effects. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you want all the measurements for the card, it is in my blog at craftycarolscards.co.uk. And I hope I will see you again soon. Bye for now.